Welcome to Soccer Parenting. We're joined today by Sam Snow. Sam is the coaching director for USYS, and really appreciate you taking the time to be here today, Sam. Thanks.
It's my pleasure, Sky.
Hey, well, let's jump into our topic here, and let's talk about parents coaching and talking from the sidelines. It's just a phenomenon of youth sports. Why do you think parents talk on the sidelines? They don't talk when they're going to a band concert or to a recital, or maybe even so much, screaming out even in a gymnastics meet or something like that. Why are parents talking and coaching on the sidelines?
Well, I think some of it is just the sports atmosphere in general. We are accustomed as spectators at an MLS game, an NFL game, college women's basketball, you name it. There are spectators that are yelling all the time. And that's not an issue, particularly if you're at a game for professional players in any sport, college players in any sport. The younger the players get, the more of an issue it becomes for the kids to be able to go out and perform well. So I think some of it is just a spillover in terms of the generally accepted sports atmosphere of spectators commenting, yelling, cheering throughout a game. Then I think for some parents, it's an energy release. It's nervous energy. They're anxious about the performance of their child for whatever the reason, and so that's just some of it coming out is to expel some of that nervous energy. And then certainly there's a group of parents who think that they're giving help, assistance to their child. It comes from the right place. It comes from the heart of the moms and dads wanting to help their child to perform well, but it actually ends up being counterproductive. But many times, moms and dads are yelling things during a game in an effort to try to give information to help their kid to play the game, and it's a little bit counterproductive in the end.
Yeah, so, we often tell parents, please, parents, as coaches, don't coach on the sidelines. Let's get into some specifics there. Why is it important that parents not coach from the sidelines?
Well, the first thing is they might be unknowingly giving information that's contrary to what the coach has told the players to do. The coach might once in a while explain a little bit in general to the moms and dads, kind of here's what we're trying to accomplish today. And some of that, again, I think depends upon the age group and the level of play. So if I'm coaching a group of 8-year-olds, I might be saying to the moms and dads, hey, we've been working on passing and trying to find teammates to make passes. Cheer for the kids when they make an attempt at that. Doesn't matter if it's a complete or incomplete pass. The kids are recognizing and attempting to make passes. I'm coaching a group of 18-year-olds. The game plan is going to be a whole lot more complex. So I might not be explaining to the moms and dads all of the strategies going on, why I, as the coach, might be moving players into roles, positions that they don't usually play. It might be for a particular matchup against a particular opponent. It might be for any number of reasons. So the older the kids get, the more complex the game strategy, the game tactics become. So the moms and dads don't want to be yelling out things that might be contrary to that. I think the other reason that it's difficult for players when moms and dads are trying to coach from the sideline is that the information is always late. The information is usually after the fact rather than being an anticipatory comment. So as an example, if my team is attacking and we just lost possession of the ball, I might be yelling out to my players to recover, to come back and get into good defensive position. So yeah, it's reacting to what just happened, but it's trying to help them get themselves organized. The problem many times, whether it's spectators on the side yelling during a game or coaches yelling during a game, is they're yelling about what just happened, and now it's, in soccer terms, ancient history. Because if it just happened 2 seconds ago in a soccer game, it's actually too late. So this is old information, not new information. The younger the players are, Sky, the harder it is then also for them to divide their attention capacity. They can focus on only so many things at once. And it's hard for them to hear and process information from the sidelines and also process what's going on around them on the field, to deal with the ball, to deal with the opponents, to deal with their teammates. And so it just becomes information overload for the kids.
Yeah, that's when it can become really disruptive for the kids to have that extra information. So when we're talking about parent communication, we're talking about how it can be supportive, which we talked about. And I think
Yes.
the challenge maybe for parents is finding the balance between being supportive and disruptive and what
Yes.
the communication is serving. Does that make sense?
It absolutely makes sense. And so I advise coaches, and when I'm coaching teams, I talk to the parents about moms and dads cheer for particular things. So I'm proactive about it as a coach. Not all coaches are proactive about it. I will go and tell the parents, we've been working on ABC during training. And when the kid's making an attempt to do ABC, applaud for that, cheer for that, not just your child, any kid on the team, and let's go from there. So for me, sometimes it's helping the parents to have a focus beyond shots on goal, saves made, goals scored, those sort of very black and white things that we see as spectators in the game. So again, if it's a young group of players, as I said, my example of a group of 8-year-olds where I might be working on passing and the actual technique and then recognizing in a game when to pass. Okay, moms and dads, when you see the kids attempt to pass, applaud that. Give them positive reinforcement for that. Other than that, be quiet for the most part. Let the kids get on with it and sort it out for themselves. If it's that group of 18-year-olds, it might be a much more complex game strategy once again. And so I might explain to the parents, and okay, we're going to work on dropping back into the final 2/3 of the field before we put our line of restraint up when we're defending. When they recognize that and when they're doing that correctly, applaud them for that. More complex picture to see. So sometimes it's guiding the moms and dads to helping to reinforce what I, as the coach, have been teaching in the training sessions.
Good. No, this is all great information and really helpful for us because we talk all the time about how we really want to let the kids be kids and let them experience soccer through, their own path instead of through the parents sort of guiding them too much on the sidelines. So this is really wonderful, helpful advice. Thanks for taking the time with us today.
My pleasure.